kitu kama sympathy vote. Hakuna.
We are coming for you.
From Afande, from farmers, from Nairobi, from farmers being charged.
Another bill has been presented in Parliament, the Horticulture Crop Authority Bill.
To pastors and opposition leaders put on blast.
Sasa ile sisi tunaenda kudemonstrate, hamukwa anywhere.
Do you trust the leaders in power?
Gachagua anataka munagawana nusu nusu. That is the only fight they're having.
Say no to sympathy votes.
Raundi hakuna kitu kama sympathy vote. Hakuna.
We are coming for you.
Hello, how are you? My fellow Gen Zs and Kenyans at large, welcome back to ShowNewTrend, and I'm your host of the day. My name is Elvis Derry. I know many of you are wondering, like, where did this guy go? But in short words, this is how my week looked like. Back to business. Bills are being passed in Parliament left to right. And some of those bills, to be honest, are very, very evil. And the question of the day is, why are they legislating on all our food crops? Listen to this.
My Kenyan people, focus. Okay, focus. Stop the side shows. We are up for an auction. Wake up, guys, and see what is going on. Another bill has been presented in Parliament, the Horticulture Crop Authority Bill, that requires even a farmer to be registered to be able to plant crops, to plant vegetables, skuma, terere, cabbage. You must be registered. For you to be part of the chain process, the buying from the farm, supplying to the market, down to the consumer, you need to be registered to do that in a county, in a county government. Guys, they're coming for everything. Let me tell you, the day GMOs were legalized in this country, a floodgate of bills were going to follow. All these bills you see,
Nations of agriculture, of people growing crops like sorghum and plantains and yucca and all these plants for subsistence. And he said, no, we're going to transfer them all to these, GMO monocultures of corn, and then we're going to bring in companies that he owns, Kraft, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, these big food companies, processing companies, to buy that, and that's going to be the deal. And then, of course, during COVID, all of that shut down, and you had, there's 30 million Africans now as a direct result of Gates' policy who are now on the edge of starvation.
And if we don't be vocal about these things, like, things are getting worse day by day. Right now, like, people are supposed to pay, like the farmers are supposed to pay. Gone are those days where you can just wake up in the morning, go to your farm, take some fruits, some vegetables, go and cook in your house, or go and sell in the market. Just listen to how people are being extorted in this country.
So, have you heard the latest? Farmers will be needing 5,000 shillings to get certified to practice farming in Kenya for fruits and vegetables. Now, the 5,000 shillings is not even the big deal. The big deal is they'll need to pay another 2,500 for soil tests. They'll need to pay another 4,700 for water tests. They'll need to pay 60,000 Kenyan shillings for pest control board. They will also need to, for them to get this 5,000 bob certification, they will also need to go through a 2-year training where they will pay 15,000. Now, where do you come in? If you buy from a farmer who is unlicensed, who has not gone through all those steps, you could get jailed. So they want to criminalize the fruits and vegetables enterprise, and that could affect about 3 to 4 million farmers in Kenya who are growing the fruits and vegetables, because it's not possible for them to pay all that, especially when it comes to the 2-year training where you're paying 15,000, 60,000 to the pest control. I mean, that is too much. and knowing how nepotism and tribalism in Kenya works, when you apply for these 5,000 Kenya shillings to get the license, what are the chances you'll be amongst the farmers who will get the license in the first place? Now, we are going back to the days when colonialists were here, when they would determine which Africans were worthwhile to grow tea, coffee, any farming that was large scale that would bring income. The white people had, or the colonialists had put in a bureaucratic system that made sure that Africans were not licensed or were not allowed and did not meet the criteria to grow the cash crops. Now we are doing that with our food.
Not only our farmers are under threat, even the same lands that they are using to plant our foods here in Kenya are also under threat. Listen to what Martha Karua had to say about our lands in Kenya.
Cases of land grabbing are also on the rise, with both private and public land being targeted. The state appears to be under the control and capture of corruption cartels.
That is why currently everybody in Kenya are very vocal about Ruto must go and Gachagua must go. Listen to what he had to say about these two individuals who are in power.
Adani Airport, he can be taking 250 billion, yeye anachukua maybe 200 billion, then anapea Gachagua maybe 1 billion. Hapana, Gachagua anataka kama munauza Adani, because both are equal, hapo munajua venye nasema, both are equal, bad guys. Kama munauza Adani Airport, 250 billion, Gachagua anataka munagawana nusu. That is the only fight they're having. The formula of sharing the root. That's the only problem they're having with Gachagua. And even Ruto knows that even if he comes 2027 back, he will not have a comfortable time again with Gachagua. Because kama watauza KICC, wauze maybe 38 billion. Gachagua anataka 19 billion, Naruto achukue 19 billion. Naruto does not want that. There's a guy in Jacaranda, akiongea, alisema, mufanye mistake kidogo hivi, murudishe Ruto 2027, mutakuwa. And that is the plan.
Nini nawaambia 2027 Ruto akipita, na anajua ni tamu yake ya mwisho, atatuchinja sisi wote.
Kenyans, do you see where tribal votes and sympathy votes take this country to? It is taking us straight to the gutter. And it's time to say no and let us vote with wisdom and understanding. So listen to this.
Raundi hakuna kitu kama sympathy vote. Hakuna. Munakumbuka 2018 mkikuja hapa mkisema nyinyi munajua kuhaso ni kusema nini? Munajua venye mtu anaunguaka na jua akiuza, munajua venye mtu ananyesheagwa, munajua venye mtu anahangaika akihaso. Tukafikiria tumechagua wetu mwenye anajua shida. Lakini si mulienda huko juu mkatusahau sisi wenye tunahaso. Mukatutupa na mukatutenga na mukatusahau kabisa. Raundi hakuna kitu kama sympathy vote. Endeni mukapigania huko, mulikuja hapa mukasema mumetengwa tukawahurumia venye mulikuwa munalia. Sasa tena mumekuja tena mumepigana. Piganeni hata mkitaka kuuana muane. Lakini hatuwahurumii. Hata ukuje kama umejipaka mafi useme wewe ndio unakuwa mwaga siweji zote Kenya. Ama unaoshaga mtaro, hatukupei kura zetu bure, hata ulie machozi ya aina gani. Raundi hakuna sympathy vote. Munaenda huko juu mnatusahau. Hebu ona venye tunateseka, hebu ona venye tunangangana na maisha. No.
Let us take a short break. We're gonna be right back.
很久以前我见面来以为你嗨，朋友我告诉你那时候我真的好帅，然后我就问他美女你今天怎么样，然后他告诉我帅哥我爱你怎么办，我就笑，然后我加他的微信，他给我他的手机扫描他的微信，晚上我在家跟他说话，跟他聊天，我们一起谈谈。他是摩他，以为摩他，我爱摩他，以为摩他，他是摩他，我爱摩他，摩他摩他摩他摩他摩他摩他摩他摩他摩他摩他摩他摩他摩他。
Kenya tuko na disaster, watoto wetu wanazidi kuzikana, na Tomboya ameshika tama, alituacha kama angali kijana.
This man is awesome. Oh my God. Let's welcome Broski Alvis Deli.
Our Kenyan farmers are being punished by this corrupt regime, even though they strive every day from morning till evening on their farms, but yet their efforts and hard work are not being appreciated. Listen to what the Village 254 had to say about how our farmers are being oppressed.
By the way, something is very wrong with our country. Can you imagine? They will charge farmers almost 10,000 to give them license to farm fruit and vegetables. They will charge farmers 60,000 to get license or permit for pest control. You're being punished to eradicate pests. Why are you punishing people providing food for this nation? What's happening, by the way, in our farming industry? Because from yesterday, we've been talking about this over legislation of farmers and farming and seeds and everything, animals and so on and so forth. What's happening? I can tell you what is happening. Globalists. And it's only globalists who want to control. They've been controlling business for the longest. Now they have gone down to the farmers. Who has done all this? President William Ruto. He has sold our country, its soul and everything else, to the globalists.
Not only our farmers, our foods, and also our lands is being attacked. Even the affordable housing that Kenyans are being promised every day are also not in safe hands. Listen to this and just listen to what this woman had to say.
Hapa ni nyumba ya affordable housing opposite Kariako. Nimekuja kuchunguza ni akina nani waliuziwa kabla ya nyumba kukamilika. Nimepata report hii nyumba imeuziwa. The majority people are able people, rich people. And the houses were made for middle class and lower. And I'm here to record of what is happening. Wakenya wanatoswa levies za housing. Hawajapata any unit, but kupitia uchunguzi wangu Park Road iliusiwa Matachiri, na hii ya opposite Kariako imeusiwa Matachiri. And this is the report I've gotten through my investigation. Serikali inafaa isimamishe wale wote walilipa pesa warudishiwe, ili Mkenya wa kawaida yule alikuwa ametoswa levies apewe unit. That is my report.
During the protest, so many people lost their lives and others even got damaged severely. And later on, you saw like some pastors and some bishops, they went to State House to meet the president. And those same people, they never demanded justice for our people. Listen to what our brother had to say about some pastors who are not walking in God's light. Listen to this.
Kenyan pastors, unaona vile mmenyamaza hivyo? Nyamaza, mnyamaze kabisa. Unaona vile mmepotea hivyo? Potea na mpotee kabisa. Hataki kuwaona tena, hataki kusikia anything from you people. Nyinyi ni mafala na nyinyi ni wajinga namba moja, mmekuwa mnatumia sio Kenya. Sasa ile sisi tunaenda kudemonstrate, hamukuwa anywhere. Tukakuja tukapiga kelele, hamukuwa anywhere. Then after that, nyinyi mkaenda State House mkapewa pesa, mkakula, mkajifanya sijui ndo mnaongea na president, sijui mnaongea on our behalf of which hatukuwatuma, mkapewa mabahasha za brown, mkarudi kwa makanisa yenu, mnakula mapesa zenu huko, mnakula sadaka ya wenyewe, mnakula mabibi za watu. Saizi mmenyamaza when wa Kenya wanaumia. You people are nowhere right now. And then sile tutarudi kudemonstrate tena. Sile tutachukua sheria mkononi sisi wenyewe tuanze kutafuta hawa politicians. Ndo mtaanza kutokea, mwanze kusema don't pay evil with evil. Wewe, saizi tumeamua tumefika place ni tunaenda kupay evil with evil. Saizi mtu akituibia tunaenda kwake, tunachukua chenye alituibia na tunanyang'anya yake yenye alikuwa nayo. Hapo ndo mali tunaenda saizi. Saizi hakuna ile story tulikuwa tunaambiwa ati sijui kipigwa kofi huku hivi tunapeana huku pia pigwe kofi huku. Haya hapana, tumepita hiyo place saizi. Saizi ukinipiga kofi na kupiga ngumi, ukinipiga ngumi na kupiga fimbo. Saizi ndo tumefikia hapo kama wa Kenya. Because hizi ma stories zenye mapastors mlikuwa mnatuambia stories za kijinga. Na watu walikuwa wanatumia hiyo kitu kutu control na kuteka advantage on us.
So Mr. President, instead of inviting those pastors and bishops who they think they have wisdom but they don't have Invite Kenyans who are suffering, Kenyans who are facing the same problems every day. Invite them. Those are the people who will open your mind and show you what is really happening on the ground. Like our brother here had to say this, had a message to send to the president. Listen to this.
Mimi nataka kuambia Ruto kitu moja. Mimi naweza kuwa personal advisor wake. Sitaki pesa, sitaki gari, nataka tu unisikie. Nataka nikufunze kuna kitu inaitwa frequency. Frequency ni intentions, thoughts na feelings zao uko nazo. Na whatever frequency unapatia raia, hiyo bado ndio itakurudia. Kila mtu anaona wewe ni ignorant. Kila mtu anaona uko na deaf ear. Ile frequency yenye wewe uko nayo ni frequency yenye uliintroduce na watu wako majuu. Invitation za majuu wewe ukienda hizo ofisi au unajua ni nini unaintroduciwa kwa hayo. Unanipata? So wewe unafaa kufanya hivi, unafaa kurudi home kama ni Sigoi. Enda kwanza hata ujaribu ile kitu yenye hujaifanya. Enda utoe viatu uingie kwa maji ya nyumbani, uoge na maji ya mtoni, jaribu hata kama utakunywa changa kidogo ya huko, ndio at least hiyo ifungue kitu fulani yenye umefungwa. Either way, ile kitu yenye tunakuambia ni ati tunataka urealign na ile frequency ya watu wenye uko connected nao. Connected with your family, connected with your country. Na zile vitu zote zenye ulifanya, maliza, ulitumia jina ya God. God akaona hapana, ukijana wangu anafanya kitu poa sana kwa sababu anatumia jina yangu na anataka kwenda kusaidia watu wangu. Along the way alichanganyikiwa. Amesahau alikuwa anauzaga kuku pale Mile 9, kidogo akajenga kanyumba Sigoi, saizi yako State House. Nini imehappen hapo katikati? Unanipata? So ile kitu yenye tunajaribu kusema ni ati hakuna kitu yenye, hakuna makosa yote jenzi wako nayo. Jenzi wanakuonyesha hao ni last born wa God, hao ni watu wenye wamelelewa na Google na net, na hao ni watu wanataka kukuonyesha in the next generation yenye na come. Hatutaki kusikia ati mimi ndazaliwa, alafu unasikia ati mimi niko na deni ya kulipa na nalipa deni ya pesa yenye mimi mwenyewe sina. Okay. Unanige? Nimeshukuru sana ndugu yangu. Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much for joining us on this show today, and may God bless you and may God bless our amazing country, Kenya. See you guys on the next episode. ShowNewTrend, Elvis Dairy. Bye bye.
This is the middle of a city.
Ndio imeua ile mtu pikipiki, ile mtu pikipiki pale
kando ya city katikati
kwa hiyo. Ile mtu amerudi kabisa.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. I'm your host, Elvis Dairy. See you in the next one. Bye bye.
We are coming for you.
From Nairobi University on fire.
Hakuna kitu mbaya kama moto.
To Sunlight dismantled in Nairobi. Are Kenyans being held hostage?
Kenya has been held hostage. So I told you, one of the biggest implementations this New World Order agenda foresees.
Avia House occupied.
20 patients. We have walked all the way from Kenyatta Hospital, coming here for treatment.
We are coming for you.
system glitches, as hundreds of patients are still stranded, Kenyans, are still stranded at Kenyatta National Hospital. And I'm just wondering, what is CS Deborah Baraza doing? Just take a look at how things unfolded.
We are outside, we are at the gate waiting. 20 patients. We have walked all the way from Kenyatta Hospital, coming here for treatment. From last week, Wednesday, the systems are not working. And I have come here to protest, to say that they are not working. There are patients in the ward who have been discharged and they have not been treated. This man has a child. Come sit here, sit here. His child has swollen a coin. From yesterday, he has been waiting for the shot to work. It is not working. We have, ladies, please, if you want, you can come and join us down there. We have patients who are sitting out there waiting for that shot, and it is not working. They are not approving. We have walked all the way to NHIA to access the portal. We have been in Kenyatta waiting for that portal to open, and it is not opening, it is not working. Please be aware, it is not.
Tunazungushwa tu, can we just get answers surely? Tunaumia. You think coming here tunaumwa, we have to get the courage ufike mpaka hapa.
Yani, Kenyans, you mean to tell me that we have been pushed the wall? The people of Kenya have been pushed the wall to the point where even patients have started activism so that they can access the system and hopefully get treatment. Like, where are we heading to as a country?
System of a downgraded healthcare service pushed sick people to storm into. A woman who had undergone CS 2 weeks back and developed complications said she couldn't get treatment because of the inner refusal workings of SHA.
I had CS done 2 weeks ago, and then there were some complications. Nikakuja Kenyatta again. Nothing is going to happen unless SHA approves.
GOK is currently offering Schrodinger's healthcare coverage. Many of the patients who don't get pre-authorized end up paying out of pocket or abandoning treatment, and with push coming to CS, having to show up at a press briefing to be listened to.
After patients and infants storming Afya House and protesting against the system glitch, the SHA system glitch, the SHA shift nonsense, CS Deborah Baraza, she came out and said this.
Now, today we have come just to assess the situation following the incidents and the concerns as well as grievances by Kenyans regarding the system interruption. And we acknowledge, yes, there was a system interruption, which is common with any system, as we can see, not only in Kenya, but globally. And so, having identified the system interruption, we've been able to first visit the labor ward as well as the maternity area. We have also seen the billing and discharge area in this facility. And we are happy to report that the system is up and running following great work. There was tireless and endless work among the technical team. I had instructed them to look at interventions to ensure that we don't have any kind of system interruption, have an alternative in case it do so happens. And we are happy to report to Kenyans that yes, we have an alternative system, and we have experienced and seen that there is no system interruption. The incidents occurred on the 14th and 15th up to 10 a.m. and the backlog has been sorted. Patients have again are receiving seamless services, and I want to assure Kenyans that health services will continue in the National Referral Hospital and other facilities, and will ensure that the services are seamless.
Since the protest started, to the point where even the Gen Zs, they stormed the parliament building and set it ablaze, Kenya has gained a lot of international attention. And the question is the international community watching? Are they taking notes? Are they seeing what is happening in the Kenyan politics? Just listen to what Cherina 254 had to say.
So I did a bit of reading on the ICC case that was, on President Ruto, and I just discovered that he was never acquitted. The court actually refused to acquit him, but the case was dismissed for lack of evidence. If I was President Ruto, I wouldn't let Kenya go where it's going, and I wouldn't let uncivilized, uneducated people like Sudi be talking the way they are talking, because Kenya is being watched. I live in the Netherlands and people are talking, and the ICC is watching Kenya. And one thing about a prosecutor, if he didn't catch you the first time, if he has an opportunity to catch you the second time, he's not going to rest. So for President Ruto, people are digging a grave for you. Don't let your loose dogs like Sudi be talking rubbish like that and polarizing the country before 2027. it's gonna be trouble for you.
Nairobi City County Chief Officer for Environment, Geoffrey Mosiria, together with this team, they went around at night in Nairobi City removing businesses' signages in the streets. But not so many business owners were happy with these actions. Some of them claiming that those businesses' signages are paid for and who will compensate them. Take a look at some of these scenes of Geoffrey Mosiria and his team removing businesses' signages in the streets.
These are the signage that block watu kupita. Na sasa pembeleza watu. Hii ni Sabina Joy. Sabina Joy wameficha signboard zote. Wameziweka, wamezipanganisha hapa. Wewe, hebu toa hiyo kubwa.
After many complaints from business owners, Geoffrey Mosiria, he came out and said this.
Mlisema mnataka CBD kwe safi. Mkasema amtaki kuona uchafu town katikati. Amtaki kuona zile mikokoteni zinafungwa kwa walkways zinawazuia kupita. Amtaki kanduku, my illegal structures ziko kwa walkways zimejaa uchafu kila mahali. Kama department ya mazingira chini ya uongozi wa Governor Sakaja, tumeamua kusafisha jiji. Tunakuja, tunasafisha, tunatoa all illegal structures. Kuna wengine walikuwa na complain, ukitembea town, hata some of the signages zimewekwa zinagonga watu vichwa zao. Some of them are illegal. So let me say this. We are going to remove all illegal signages ambazo zinafanya town ya kuwa chafu. Watu wameprint paper signages, wameweka kila mahali. Kama mtu kuna duka, kwa mlango wako pale kwa mlango, wekelea signage yako vizuri. Haja gani kwa walkway unaweka signage ambayo inafika kwa macho ya watu? Even the CCTV cameras, they cannot capture the movement surrounding.
After business signages were removed in the streets in Nairobi CBD, this is how Nairobi City looked like the next day. And in another shocking story, Nairobi University was on fire at night. And I'm just wondering, and many people are wondering out there, like, what caused this fire? What was the reason for this fire? And many people have been left speechless. So if you're from Nairobi University, a student from this university, tell us in the comments down below what really happened, what really took place at the university. Tell us some of these scenes of Nairobi University on fire.
Hakuna kitu mbaya kama moto. Mimi naleta moto kama selo. Mimi hadi uniue kuliko moto. Mimi naenda kwa lift kwa chini na ngoja. Moto gas.
Just take a look and listen to what Dr. Mumbi Seraki had to say about University of Nairobi on fire.
Can you imagine, family? There's been a massive fire overnight at the University of Nairobi on the eve of the biggest demonstration that was supposed to happen today, where students from all over were going to be protesting against this new financing thing, HELB, whatever it is. I swear, these guys think, do they think we're such idiots? Do they think we're such fools? Have you ever heard? Me personally, I've never heard of a fire at University of Nairobi, like where the main campus is, where all the files, all the books, all the knowledge is. And we already know now what's happening with DCI, with everything we've been told about Noordin Haji. So who do you think's behind this? So this is the fire at University of Nairobi. There was one fire truck that came. Guys are saying they hope it's not the finance department, because you know how these guys like to joke around.
So Kenyans, after all this, do you think that there's a money problem in our universities? And do you think that the President of Kenya, William Ruto, was crafting the university funding model? Listen to what Chegema Juice had to say.
I can see comrades all over the country saying that they will organize a mammoth strike if President Ruto does not tell the Minister of Education to release the money for the help. You know what these people, they don't understand is that when Ruto was crafting the band 1, band 2, band 3, he was cunningly crafting it because hakuna pesa kwa serikali. Are you together? So he was crafting it so that university comrades will not get the funding through the technicalities. Ungekuwa unajaza hiyo band 1, band 2, band 3, unaambiwa wewe hutapata hizi pesa because of A, B, C, D. That was the reason Ruto was crafting it. Awanyime pesa. That's why the band 1, band 2 was being crafted. Because he knew these things of help, as long as a student amefikisha cut-off points za university, anastahili apewe help. Na kwa sababu Ruto don't want to give out that money, kwenye anapeleka pesa za taifa ndiye anajua. That's why he was crafting the band 1, band 2, band 3, band 4. Now that the court squashed that thing, you are putting Ruto to square zero. Aanze another plan ya to make sure vile comrades hawatapata pesa zao. Here's a help. And I'm telling comrades, if you don't put pressure, my friend, nyinyi hamtazoma, hizo pesa hazitapatikana, my friend. Munasikia even some ministries, my friend, tissue paper inakosa, tissue paper, my friend. And still people are supporting Ruto. My friend, let me tell you, your country will collapse in your own eyes.
Despite the challenges that our university students are facing each and every day, some of them are looking forward to graduate and some of them are almost graduating. And the only message I can leave them with is this.
PLO is one who says a good dancer knows when to leave the dance floor. So I want to leave the dance floor now. I want you, as you leave this afternoon, go out there with the confidence of a Luo man. Go out there with the loyalty of a Kamba man. Carry the name of this institution with the beauty of a Taita woman. Oh, go out there and be angry at poverty and failure with the anger of a Kisii man. I want you to also go out there and be as brave as a Maasai warrior. I know sometimes things will be highs and lows, mountain and valley. Have the staying power of a Kalenjin runner. But please, there is a lot that life has to offer to you. May you have the appetite of a Luya man. God bless you and thank you very much.
Kenyans, since President William Ruto took office, since the day he was sworn in, what has really changed in Kenya and what has been working for Kenya and Kenyans? Listen to how Ruben Kigame outlines what has been working for Kenya. Like they will not believe. Listen to this.
You want us to speak about what is working, and I'll tell you what is working. What is working is insults of the citizens. What is working is abductions. What is working is increase of taxes. What is working is many Kenyans failing to receive services from SHA. What is working is parents not knowing whether their children are in primary school or high school. What is working is extra borrowing. In fact, I have had a preview of what the 2025-2026 budget looks like. And we are completely increasing our expenditure and going on high, expecting that miracles will happen from somewhere. For this government, the miracles look like borrowing. Borrowing. And I see, you know, fascination with talk and talk. Let's bring down the cost of government, then you raise it. You know, let's stop foreign trips, then you increase them. Let's make life easy for Kenyans, you make it harder. You see, the measure of whether something is working is not statistics. The measure of if your wife or husband is happy is not a press statement. So we don't want gaslighting. We do not want the bravado and the pomp out there. What we want to see is the promises that were made to citizens being fulfilled. And the tragedy of this Kenya Kwanza government is broken promises. It's better not to promise than to promise and not fulfill.
Do you remember this video of President William Ruto saying that the Wi-Fi in Kenya across the country is free?
You know, when we delivered the Wi-Fi across Kenya and made it free, we intended it to be used for good purposes, for people to access e-commerce space, to work on that internet. But sometimes it is used to send us encouraging messages.
I'm just wondering, which are those Kenyans who are using free internet, free Wi-Fi? Please tell us in the comments down below. Because currently right now, the government is seeking to hike license fees for satellite providers by over 10 times since Starlink entered the local market. Did you know that? Just listen to this.
Things might change for satellite communication service providers operating in Kenya, such as the American company Starlink. Here is why. The Kenyan government, through its communications regulator, CA, plans to raise the license fees for the rights it gives companies like Starlink. Per new proposals CA published in December, Kenya seeks to review the satellite landing rights, also known as SLR, license it requires companies to obtain in order to land their signal in Kenya. CA seeks to raise the SLR initial license fees from the current $12,500 which is about 1.6 million Kenyan shillings, to 15 million Kenyan shillings. The regulator further wants to introduce an annual operating fee of 4 million shillings, or 0.4% of the company's annual gross turnover, whichever is higher. Stakeholders have until January 23 to submit their comments on the proposals, which CA plans to implement in the 2025-2026 financial year. CA says the review is meant to address and remove certain market entry and operational barriers identified over time.
So do you think the internet, the Wi-Fi, will be free or not? Because in the looks of things, this sounds and looks different from what the president said.
When we delivered Wi-Fi across Kenya and made it free, we intended it to be used for good purposes, not for sending us some of these messages. Musiniingilie, those are not my words. Those are the words of your president. Amesema the Kenya Kwanza government has delivered Wi-Fi for free across the country. Wewe kama kwenu hakuna Wi-Fi ya huko Kenya. Rudi Kenya. Huku Kenya, we are enjoying free Wi-Fi. Hey, every time you just want to think something positive about your country, they just make it worse. Aki, si mtu ambie tu Ruto anyamaze. Angoje tu 2027 sasa. Juu, free Wi-Fi.
This clearly shows you that the economy is being held hostage and is being crushed to deliberately have total control of the masses.
Kenya has been held hostage. So I told you, one of the biggest implementations this New World Order agenda foresees is creation of what you call CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies. And for that to happen, the first thing they have to do is to ensure they crash the economies of all these countries. See, it's simple. If I want to build an economy of a country, I only have to do one thing. I have to ensure everyone has money in their pockets.
Yeah.
Because economies are built by circulation, money in circulation. When I have money and you have money and he has money, we all spend, the government is earning through VAT and all those things. But if you look at the Kenyan situation, all these taxes being brought in. Today you're told more than 245, 250 international companies have already left Kenya. They are moving to Tanzania. Today, from number 1, we are number 5 in terms of GDP growth. Rwanda is leading with 6.9. Number 2 is Uganda, 5.6. South Sudan has a 5.6. Tanzania has a 5.5. We are stuck at 5.0, 5.1. Why? These policies you're talking about. So we as Kenyans have to sober up. And this goes to the leadership. As in, it costs nothing for leaders to decide that building a country is all about baking a bigger cake. So today we have a leadership that is all scrambling for this small piece of cake. What they don't know is that once you bake a bigger cake, you'll even have enough for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that is how they're supposed to think. You know? But if you look at the situation and the way these things are being implemented day in, day out, it tells you we're in a very big problem. And the government of the day has been held hostage. And we have to say as is. And that's the reality.
To be honest, it is quite clear that Kenyans are tired and they want a change in this country. They want a better future for this country. And one man decided to inject on the streets in public, despite his current situation in life. He understands exactly what is taking place in his home country. Let's listen to this.
Vijana wa bodaboda, wale watu wanafanya biashara ndogo ndogo, na tumepanga.
Acha kucheka, tunachukua video.
Tumetenga bilioni 52 wa mama wa mboga, vijana wa mkoteni, watu wa bodaboda, wale watu wanafanya biashara ndogo ndogo, na tumepanga na tumeweka mikakati. Na tumeweka mikakati. Safari hii hatutakubali mwananchi wa kawaida akosa pesa mfukoni. Ama namna gani jameni? Wale
that women will no longer use jembes to till their land. Government will import between 7,000 and 10,000 tractors into the country.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. I'm your host, Elvis Derry. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
They're coming for you.
From Kenyan Gen Z inspire Liberians.
Liberia's Parliament House has been set on fire.
To Ministry of Health scandal.
You must be stupid to sign something you don't know.
Is this the country you want? Sex workers protests.
I'm a sex worker activist. Na sisi ma sex worker.
Parliament, we are coming. We are coming for you. We are coming for you.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back to ShowNewTrend. I'm also today, and my name is Elvis Derry. We all know that Kenyans are feared all over the world when it comes to online war. And recently, the Kenyan online army, they decided to go and send greetings to African presidents. And just listen to what Dr. Mumbi Seraki had to say about this incident.
This is for entertainment purposes only. So now Kenya's online army has managed to locate the numbers of every African president and wanasalimiwa wakiambiwa why they should not select Baba to be the next African Union. Wow, Kenyans imagine it too much. Oh my God. And there's this MP who came out and did an interview, I think Caleb or Misi or something like that, yeah? One of Baba's diehards. And he was saying that Rao has never ever been this unpopular. In all his handshakes, in all his betrayals, I think joining Nabi was the ultimate betrayal, and it will be hard for him to come back from that one.
Kenyans are undefeated. I salute you, Kenyans. Like, Kenyans have inspired the Gen Zs all over the world, from Nigeria to Bangladesh and now Liberia. They decided to occupy and even going ahead to burn the parliament building. Just take a look. So if you ask yourselves, why did the Liberian Gen Zs burn down their parliament? Here is why. Listen to this.
Liberia's Parliament House has been set on fire following a protest that has been going on for 2 days. Apparently, this is the second time the Parliament building has caught fire in 1 week. This protest started on Tuesday, 17th December by opposition against efforts to remove Parliament Speaker, who is currently facing corruption allegations. It appears that the Speaker is a member of the opposition. Protesters are also demanding the resignation of the President. Authorities are yet to confirm the cause of the fire, but local reports indicate that suspects were arrested near the building when the fire broke out. So far, no connection has been made yet between the protest and the fire. Let me know your thoughts on this.
Viva comrades, viva! Viva Kenyans, viva! Viva Gen Z, viva! Like, you guys are just the best. Like, you have changed the political arena, not only in Kenya, not only in Africa, but the whole world. Like, people are following Kenya's footsteps. Like, you people are just on a different level, man. Like, I salute you, Kenyans. Instead of the government creating job opportunities for our people, they're busy looting and also busy focusing on shenanigans, nonsense like vaccinating the cows so that the cows can stop fatting. Can you imagine that? Our people from Turkana are being exported to Isili daily and left there to live under inhumane conditions in the streets, tamacking and looking for jobs. Like, what a sad state to live in. Just take a look at this story.
So mimi nilikuwa shughuli zangu nikapatana na hawa wasichana wamekaa hapa kuchunguza vizuri, kumbe ni wale wanaitwa Kamarajong, ni Turkana tribe. Hawa wanaletangwa Nairobi, mostly huwa wanadozi nje, yani kulala nje, wanakuanga mtaa Isili, huwa wanafanyia wa Somali kazi. Na job yao yenye wanafanya ni kupanguza nyumba, kuangalia watoto, kazi za usafi. Kulingana na vile nimefanya uchunguzi nikasikia kuna mtu mwenye huwa anawaleta, anakula ile yenye anakula, anawaleta, then wakifika hapa ni kuhaso tu sasa kungangana na maisha yao, wajue venye watasurvive. Na hivyo ndio iko kwa street ya Isili. Jione.
Niambie nitakufanyia. Nafanyanga hizo. Na kuadvertise.
Angry Isiolo youths, Isiolo Gen Zs, they decided to inject. While the governor was busy yapping on the podium, they went on to cut the wires on the speakers, and it went silent, and the governor could not address the nation anymore. Like, just take a look at how the Isiolo youths, Isiolo Gen Zs injected that day. Take a look.
Function ya governor imeisha kwa sababu wasichana na vijana Isiolo wako na hasira sana na governor. Wamekata waya yote, governor hakuna kitu anaongea. Ile kitu aliandikiwa pia alishindwa kuongea, watu wakakasirika, wakakata waya yote. Hali ni kama hii, Waislamu tuombee mtu.
Amazing, amazing. Isiolo youths, Isiolo Gen Zs, keep on injecting. Continue injecting without intimidation. Nobody should stop you or make you think otherwise, that you should not fight for better and good governance in Isiolo. I salute you, my comrades and Gen Zs. Keep on injecting. And I have a question for you Kenyans. Is the president being lied to? Or is he the liar? Or even worse, is he the one who is controlling or in charge of this country? Let's listen to what Honorable Babu Owino had to say about this.
Hapa nchini kuna shida kubwa sana. Kwanza niliona ya kwamba rais alikuwa anasema ya kwamba inflation rate iko at around 2.8%. Kitu ya kwanza, inflation is the rate at which prices of goods and services increase with time. Therefore, prices zikiwa juu, inamaanisha there will be high cost of living. Cost of living, gharama ya maisha itakuwa juu. Kwa hivyo rais either alikuwa anatudanganya ama alikuwa anadanganywa. Kwa vile sasa inatuonyesha kwamba rais hayuko in charge of this country because ajui chenye anasema. Anatudanganya wazi.
So Kenyans, give us your honest opinion in the comments down below. Do you think that the president of Kenya is actually running this country, managing this country? Or do you think that the people who are surrounding him are the ones who are lying to him? Or do you think that the president is the master manipulator, the master liar? Just give us your opinion, your honest opinion in the comments down below.
Hapa nchini kuna shida kubwa sana. Kwanza niliona ya kwamba rais alikuwa anasema ya kwamba inflation rate iko at around 2.8%.
I want to take you all to Kwale County, where a family lost their loved one and they were supposed to go and bury their loved one. But how the body was being transported, very sad. And even the road that the body was being transported on, very sad state of affairs. Like Fatuma Mohamed Achani, Kwale County Governor, like what the hell are you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, just take a look at this. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is so sad, man. Like you might find out that millions has been allocated to build that road, but yet even a shilling, even a coin has not been used or even spent to building that road. Now look at how their loved one is being transported. What a sad state of affairs. And that's not all Kenyans. Even in Nairobi County, Nairobi City, the capital city of Kenya, when you go to Ruai, Sir Henry Road was allocated 137 million shillings. But all that money was misused. And the governor of Nairobi, Governor Sakaja, has not said anything about it. Keoti Sonko went there in Ruai to go and show people what corruption really looks like. And just take a look at what he had to say.
So good afternoon, guys. Today I'm here at Ruai on Dramval Sir Henry Road. So this road was commissioned by the government of Nairobi, by the governor, Johnson Sakaja, and it was allocated 137 million. So leo morning I saw someone posted on social media that this road it is in a very bad state, and so nimejaribu kufika hapa, and so I've actually found that the road is badly constructed. In fact, the contract was given to a person called this company naitwa Altan Enterprises Limited, yeah. But now they were here some 5 months ago in the Kokona India, and then they left. So you can see how the road inakaa. The state ya India, gari zikipita. And so this road, 137 million. The contractor currently is out on the side. Inafaana venye iko hivi. Then you say Sakaja is working in Nairobi. It's making Nairobi works. Is this how Nairobi works?
Kenyans, so do you see where the Mutu Wetu mentality is taking us in this country? Taking us to nowhere. Let us all be flexible. Be a people where you can vote for any tribe. It doesn't matter which tribe they come from, as long as they're doing the right work. Because at the end of the day, if you still support your people, your own person from your tribe, and even they're not even helping you in your own counties, in your own constituencies, It is the people who will suffer. The Kenyan people will suffer. It is you and me who is going to suffer in this country. Let us stop all this tribal mindset, this mutu wetu mentality that the person who should take this seat is supposed to be on our tribe. Even if they are bad or good, even if they are going to help us or not, they are supposed to be from our tribe. Let us stop all that nonsense, Kenyans. Let us save this country. Let us come together as one people. Vote wisely. Recently, the governors were very reluctant to sign the Chief and Shah agreement after they went on to question the transparency of this agreement with the Ministry of Health. And do you know what the president said? Kasongo said that you must be stupid to sign a deal or an agreement that you don't know. And do you know why the governors were very reluctant? Just listen to what Kelly had to say.
Ni aje wase, you must be stupid to sign something you don't know. Na hizo si word zangu. That's President Ruto dismissing governors when they questioned the transparency of the Shah agreement with the Ministry of Health. And why are the governors uneasy about this deal? 3 reasons. They don't know who the supplier is, yet they're being asked to sign on to leasing medical equipment. They don't know when these equipments will actually be delivered, even after payments begin. And 3, and most importantly, they don't know the total cost of the equipments they are leasing. And instead of answers, all they get is a payment schedule showing 60 to 80% of Shah funds will allegedly go directly to mysterious suppliers. So what does this actually mean to ordinary Kenyans? For example, an MRI scan, Shah covers 11,000. Vendor anapewa ngapi? 9,900. Leaving the county hospital with just 1,100 Kenya shillings. In some instances, supplier anachukua even more than what Shah covers. For example, the PC ligament or AC ligament repair, Shah covers 280,000, but the supplier atapewa 340,000. That's almost more than 60,000. And for life-saving procedures like thoracic aortic repair, the vendor or supplier pockets the entire 1.12 million Kenya shillings covered by Shah, leaving the county hospital with how much? Zero sufuri nakwambia. Imagine, nothing. So with hospitals left broke, they are forced to raise their services. Ndio waweze kusurvive. Na nani anaumia, if you might guess, or might ask yourself? Ordinary Kenyans, already crushed by overtaxation and inflation. So I say, we fought before and won. Tumeangusha Adani, tukaangusha finance bill, sembuse hii sijui shift angasha. Let's demand a return to the working and proven NHIF system before billions disappear into thin air. Cause manze, onge honesty, onge transparency, onge accountability with this government.
Yo, Kenyans, even the sex workers are not safe in this country. They're not safe under Kasongo. The sex workers, they went to protest and demand for their rights because they're also being discriminated in their field. Just listen to one of the sex workers, what he had to say.
Okay, the name I go by Ismail, but I'm well known by Benita. I'm a sex worker activist. Na sisi ma sex worker, I will include myself. Tumekuwa tukiuliwa. Wanawake wanauliwa huku nje. Tukienda kwa police station anasema huyo ni malaya. Malaya ndiye anafaa kuuliwa. That is the question. Being a sex worker, it's a death sentence in Kenya. Mama yangu saizi akikuja akuwe ni sex worker, anafaa kuuliwa. That is the question that we have been posing. Na leo tuko kwa streets kwa sababu sisi sex workers ndio tunauliwa. Ukipatikana usiku na maskari wanakushika, unaenda unaitishwa 2,000. Instead of them protecting you, wanakuitisha 2,000 ati kwa sababu uko kwa street. Uko kwa street kwa sababu unataka kulisha familia yako. They are all singles lady. Haya, unapata ukienda kwa police station, ukiwa wewe ni sex workers, hauwezi pata rights yako anywhere in Kenya. Na I'm here to emphasize with all women, mama mboga, mama uji wote, tukujeni to condemn this. Si kwa sababu mimi ndio sex workers, nikimbia kwa barabara nikisema ninauliwa. Hapana, sisi wote tunauliwa kama wanawake. Na hiyo ndio nimesimama hapa nikicondemn this. Nikisema sisi sex workers ndio tunakuwa discriminated na wanaume hao wenyewe ndio wanakuja kutuua. Unapata dira imekupigia simu, unaibiwa paka simu yako, unaibiwa paka pesa. Na uko kwa street, ukienda kwa nini wanakuambia sasa jueni sex workers tutaenda tukuwekea Tukuende tukuwekee changa tukuseme wewe ulikuwa unauza changa. Sikuwa nauza changa, nilikuwa kwa street. Mbona mnanitisha 2,000? Where's the justice in Kenya? That is the question.
Someone wants to speak. Sawa, tumaliza.
Leta hii auja hapa.
Unataka kuongea?
Mimi sinaongea Kizungu.
Songa tu hapo.
Yo, Kenyans, I have a lot of questions to ask, but I think I'll save my questions for another day. But I personally believe that each and every Kenyans, they deserve to be treated equally and fairly, including the sex workers.
Tumekuwa tukiuliwa. Wanawake wanauliwa huku nje. Tukienda kwa police station anasema huyo ni malaya. Malaya ndiye anafaa kuuliwa. That is the question. Being a sex worker, it's a death sentence in Kenya.
I personally think that the parliament should be dissolved. Listen to what this young Gen Z had to say, teaching Kenyans and teaching the people on step by step on how to dissolve the parliament. So Kenyans, Gen Zs, comrades, listen, open your ears and your eyes and watch this video.
Githurai wanamaliza watu in the middle of the night, wanakujadi kwa mlango yako sindo, walizima internet, X information haikuwa na circulate, but we know what's happening sindo, waligiuza home ya defenseless Kenyans, war zone sindo. So bro, leo acha ni kuintroduce to ki Molotov cocktail sindo, kitu ilishindia Spanish War 1936, kitu yenye Ukraine wanatumia sai kuangusha matank. Hii kitu ni very simple sindo, ina consist mambo matatu: casing, wick na combustible liquid. For casing, as long as chopo unatumia iko strong enough to stay intact ukishikilia and iko fragile enough ku break immediately ukirusha, then you're good. So sana chupa za pombe sindo. For hiyo combustible liquid, pombe itabantu vizuri sindo, but lazima ikuwe proof high kidogo. Unaweza tumia kivodka hivi, but it's better ukitumia something stronger. Hiyo wick ni ya kuwasha. Unaweza tumia cloth yote ya kawaida. Unaikata tu, as long as it's not synthetic. So unaweka liquid yako karibu 3/4 ya chupa, half moja ya wick unaeka ndani na shika hiyo liquid. Unaweza funga cloth ingine kwa neck kama uweke tape, just extra safety. Hii end ya wick haifai kwa more than 5 centimeters sindo, then utai wet na hiyo liquid kidogo, uiwashe and immediately unaacha ifly. Kitu important, chupa kuvunjika ndio inafanya moto ianze. Si hiyo moto kutoka hapa iende all the way hadi kwa hiyo liquid. Initial damage ya kimolotov si mob, lakini hiyo kitu waizimi, ndio maana inaangusha hadi matank, sindo. All in all, tusi lose focus. Huyu jamaa lazima aende and ataandika hizo bill kwa kutia seli yake, sindo.
Kenyans, I want to leave you guys with this one question. Do you trust your president? Do you trust that the president is working for this country? Do you trust that the president is taking this country to the next level? Do you? The InfoTrack survey says that only 1% of Kenyans trust their president. Just listen to what Dr. Mumbi Seraki had to say about this.
This is for entertainment purposes only. So can you imagine? A recent survey that has just been completed has shown only 1% of Kenyans trust Nabi. First of all, who is that 1%? Who is that? Is that his family? Is that Charlene? Is that Evangelist for State House? Hey, they had have said 100%, 1% still. But yo, this guy is getting sleepless nights. Because now, internationally, they know this is like a vote of no confidence. I don't think there's any president who has tried to stay in power when only 1% of his population trust him. And by the way, I was hearing he hates with a passion his latest nickname, Kasongo. They tried to even reverse psychology with guys by saying Kasongo delivers, and Kenyans went ham. But 1%.
Say no to police state. They want the fathers of doctors. Say no to police state. They are not dying. Say no to police state. Say no to police state. Stop it. We are not afraid. They are being used. This government will fall. This system will fall. Colonialism will end. Colonialism must end. We will not allow ourselves to be They are all the fathers of doctors. We are powerful. We are powerful.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. I'm your host, Elvis Derry. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Parliament, we are coming. We are coming for you. We are coming for you.
From Okiya Mtata addressing CPK.
What have you given us? Is it a monarchy or a republic?
To more identities revealed.
Which one of us in here has taken over?
Who is next for impeachment in Kenya?
Mimi nakwambia wewe ndio next in victim.
Why Raila should go home?
It is an embarrassment. Raila Odinga ametuaibisha na we are so much surprised. Anguka na. We are coming for you.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back to ShowNewTrend. I'm your host of today and my name is Elvis Derim. A defiant Isiolo governor by the name of Abdi Ibrahim Guyo. He refused to comply and to appear before the Senate after so many calls for him to appear for questioning. And remember that Governor Guyo has skipped multiple Senate appearances, including before the County Public Accounts Committee and several other key committees, prompting calls for police intervention to enforce compliance. Just look at our leaders. They cannot even comply for simple Senate questioning. Take a look at what he had to say.
His Excellency, the Governor of Isiolo County, Honorable Abdi Ibrahim Guyo. What is your message to the people of Isiolo?
Thank you, Moha. I want to tell the people of Isiolo, you've heard rumors going around social media that the governor has been arrested. There's nothing as such. As governor of County of Isiolo, I'll continue complying with the Senate summons, but I'm not ready to answer to political questions from Senator Fatuma. But anything pertaining the audit query of Auditor General and any institution which is mandated by the Constitution to oversight me, I'll continue submitting them. Thank you, Omar.
During the Gen Z revolution, so many churches were so quiet, even though people are being killed in the streets. Young people, Kenyans, were being killed in the streets. But it seems like these days, pastors are tired, churches are tired, preachers are tired, men of God are tired. And just listen to what this preacher had to say about the current regime.
Wakati nilipokuwa naangalia Senator proceeding, nilifikiria hilo jambo na likanipeleka pia katika neno lingine nilipokuwa na tafakari katika Matthew chapter 7 and verse 2. And this is what is going to happen. Matthew 7 tunasema, for in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And with the same measure you use, it will be used to you. Unajua hii serikali iliingia katika utawala kwa maombi. Na Mungu ndiye hakimu wa serikali hii. Na kwa sababu wametumia kipimo cha kuhukumu, sasa wameweka kipimo cha kuhukumiwa. Na utaona hukumu ya Mungu. Kwa sababu wamejiwekea kipimo wenyewe. Judgment will be set upon them with the same measure they have used. The same measure will be used upon them. Praise the name of the living God.
So the question of today is, has the Gen Z revolution, the Kenyan revolution, reshaped the politics in this country? Has it changed everything? And how we see our politicians and how we see the politics in this country? Just listen to this.
And
our young generation have led, in my view, what we call the online revolution in this country. This is a generation that, in my view, kicked Uhuru out of Twitter, when he started speaking nonsense and not making sense to their lives. And this is a generation that is doing a revolution against William Ruto in terms of exposing him for his doublespeak. They are keeping him to check. They are calling him out for his mismanagement of our economy. They are documenting. So probably they believe, maybe somebody by design believes that one way to respond to this revolutionary attitude of our young people is to make sure that a majority of them don't have access to education. Right? Then maybe they'll not be able to use these tools that they're using to hold us to account.
The crime rate has been increasing every day in Kenya, where people have resorted to stealing in order to survive. This story comes all the way from Kakamega County in Malava, where thieves went to steal. And they stole computers and other things and leaving behind a safe with over 4.3 million Kenya shillings. Like, where are we heading to as a country? Take a look at this.
Hapa imegonga ikarudi ndani. Unaona hapa? Hapa. Unaona hapa? Wamegonga sasa, ukishafungua hizi nini, hii nini imeingia ndani. Sasa haiwezi, ikiachana haifunguki.
Gani? Wewe ngoja. Register majina.
Many Kenyans are very disappointed with Raila Odinga, the former Prime Minister of Kenya, after he went on to support Adani taking over the international airport in Kenya, JKIA. And the ground is hostile, man. Like, people are very, very disappointed. And just listen to what people in the streets said about this.
Wanajua pahali Kenya inaendelea. We have disowned one Raila Amolo Odinga. Because Raila Odinga cannot visit a press conference alafu anasema kwamba Adani is okay. That is an embarrassment. Raila Odinga ametuaibisha. Now we are so much surprised that Raila Odinga has not been fighting for the rights of the people of Kenya. He has been fighting for his own rights. Because Adani amechukua our own airport. Adani ameleta kitu to a ship. This ship cannot work anywhere. Adani is taking us our power generation activities. What is so special about this guy that we have so many industrialized people in this country that can run these things, and then one individual, one Indian person is taking all our interest?
Moi University has had land disputes over the years, and an MP, a member of parliament, has stolen 13 acres of Moi University land. Just listen to what this politician had to say about what is really happening on the ground. Listen to this.
The issue about Moi University is governance. Number two, Mr. Speaker, it is very disheartening that Moi University, with more than 3,000 hectares of land, which one of us in here has taken over and is stealing that land without paying Moi University. Truth be told. Number three, the assets of Moi University.
The senator of Busia County, Okia Omtata, visited the CPK, Communist Party of Kenya, and he went to talk to them and tell them why William Samoei Ruto is a threat to the national project and why the president of Kenya, Ruto, should be removed from power immediately. Just listen to what Okia Omtata had to say.
You are cracking your minds to find a formula for making Kenya a viable republic, a nation that could serve everybody. So, after the constitution was passed, he was asked by a group of people, what have you given us? Is it a monarchy or a republic? And he answered, it is a republic if you can keep it. At independence, Kenya was declared a republic. Even today in its name we call it the Republic of Kenya. A republic is a government of law. A republic is a government where a public office is used to serve the people, not to enrich the office holder. The debate should be about how do we get rid of Ruto before he gets rid of this country. That's what we have. It's an existential threat we are dealing with. And so, that's why we must not lose focus, and the focus is to get rid of Ruto, like yesterday.
An urban spoken word artist and also a human rights defender by the name of Brian Silways, he went to inject to party goers and just see and hear and watch how things unfolded. So after Gachagua's impeachment, the former deputy president of Kenya, so who is next? Who is next to be impeached in Kenya? Just listen to what this comrade had to say about this.
Wewe Tangula, mimi nakwambia wewe ndio next in victim. Wewe ndio next victim. Wallahi bila wewe ndio next victim. Sasa nimesikia hapo wabunge wa ODM wanajipanga wanataka kuimpeach. Wewe kama speaker unataka kuimpeachiwa waweke Otiende ya Molo. Yo utaenda. Hata wewe Kimani Chungwa utabadilishwa hapo kama majority leader. Utaenda. Malipo ni hapa Kenya. Tunataka kufinywa kama kiroboto.
We all know that Kithure Kindiki has been appointed as the new deputy president of Kenya. But while the Gen Zs were protesting, he had all the power to stop all the bloodshed, all the killings, all the abductions, but he never did. Just listen to this.
Another person who was shot outside Parliament has been identified, guys. This is Eric Shieni, who was supposed to graduate from the UN in September with a business administration degree. He had just finished doing his CPA 6. He was living in South Bay with his brother, and his life was cut short. His brother says if you want to contact the family, support them in any way, you can reach them on 0702 281 381 0702 281 381.
Reject the finance bill. 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 Woo!
Let's give him a round of applause for expressing himself.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. I'm your host, Elvis Derry. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
We are coming for you.
From Nuru Okanga promised riches
unipatie account, nitakuwekea hiyo pesa.
To police caught collecting bribes.
Sitasimama maovu ya kitawala.
Is there extrajudicial killings in Kenya?
There will be no extrajudicial killings in the government of Kenya.
Gen Z evangelism in Nairobi City.
In the name of Jesus, we want to call you all the amazing names, oh God, that you are in the name of Jesus.
We are coming for you.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back to ShowNewTrend. I'm your host of today and my name is Elvis Daring. Mtukufu Lais, kikosi inachopita mbele yako hapa Bungoma Stadium ni kikosi cha Premier League, Manchester United na Arsenal. A few days ago, the President of Kenya, President William Ruto, he was in Bungoma and he promised the people of Bungoma County that he is going to build and allocate millions or billions to build an international stadium. And this is what the President had to say about this.
Sasa mtakuwa na international stadium hapa. Mechi ile inachezewa any part ile ya Arsenal ama Manchester United wanaweza kuja kucheza hapa. Ninasikia speaker ni fan wa Arsenal na hao wengine ni fan wa hiyo ingine. So msiniulize mimi ni wa kundi gani. Acha ni sawa sawa. So hiyo stadium tutakamilisha.
So Kenyans, do you think that this is a story that will come true, a dream that will come true, or do you think this is just stories of Jabba? Even the Kalenjin people are not happy with their own son, and this is what this man had to say all the way from the Kalenjin community. Listen to this.
Yes, Kalenjin tufunge mdomo. Hii mdomo tufunge. Meno iko nje. Kwanza Wanandi sana. Meno tu nje. Hey, Ruta na nyone emet. Emet ni nyone. Atara Ruta ni nyone emet kitu gani? Emet kitu gani na unahangaika. Unaishi nyumba ya matope na unatunaambia ati sijui Ruto ni wetu, sijui ni nyone emet. Wewe ni takataka sana. Wewe ni humbwa sana. Tumia akili yako my friend. William Ruto hakuna kenye atakusaidia. In fact, William Ruto anaanga hata interest na Wakalenjin. Nothing. Afadhali Moi mara 20. Angalia kaunti kama Baringo County. Baringo County hakuna industry, hakuna factory, vijana wanalewa, takataka yote ni kama tu Nandi. Na hapo ndipo serikali imekuwa kutoka kitambo sana. Wacha niwaambie, serikali imekuwa Baringo for 24 years. Kalenjin mnadhania mtapata nini ambaye hamkupata enzi ya Moi? Hakuna kitu ambaye Kalenjin mtapata. Kama hamkupata enzi ya Moi hakuna, kwa sababu saa hizi term limit ni kidogo. Hata Ruto anaweza kutoka 2027. You never know. It is not sure bet. Wengine wanasema hakuna mwenye atatoa Ruto, sijui ataiba. Ataiba kitu gani? Hajaribu haibe. Devolution itakuwa katika Kenya hii. Tutafanya maandamano na tutachoma hii Kenya yote iishi na tuanze kujenga upya.
I believe many of you know that politicians, they go to the church and give out millions and millions of shillings. But yet, have you seen the conditions of our schools? Have you seen how our children are studying? Take a look at this video of this young Kenyan, this young Gen Z who decided to inject and show us this church that was allocated 30 million, but even has not yet been finished. The money has been stolen in short. Take a look.
In a church, it's Bituka SDA church. Hii kanisa ilichangiwa over 30 million plus amount of money back in before August 2022, before the August election. So over kitu kama 30 million plus ilichangiwa hapa. So nimekuja kuonyesha cause when this building was starting, kulikuwa na story imetokeanga that the money may get lost over 20 million. Even it was not 20 million, over 29 million. So kama baki na mita moja ya kujenga nao kanisa. So me, I just assumed this was a big project, because most of the prominent people knew about it. That is Dr. Fred Matiang'i, Dr. Fred Matiang'i was here with his chopper. At that time was the CS for security, internal security. Honorable Simbarati, that time was the MP for I don't know, in Nairobi. The current MP Anthony Kibagendi was here. The former MP for this area, the current senator Umaima was here, was the one doing that fundraising. But when you look at the church, look at it. You can check out of from 2022, August 2022, it's almost 2 years down the line, but wameanza kwa pillars bana.
And talking more about stories ajaba, a few days ago at Oga Obina's live show, Oscar Sudi and Nuru Okanga were present, and Oscar Sudi promised Nuru Okanga some preferential treatment, like a house and some money, not just small money, but big money, some millions of cash. But do you think that Nuru Okanga received this money till date? Take a look at what Oscar Sudi promised Nuru Okanga.
Nataka 1.3 million. Nitafungua account.
Niko nayo account.
Unipatie account, nitakuwekea hiyo pesa.
Niko na account.
Sio sahihi. Sikuwekea sahihi, nitakuwekea kata. Lakini kenye nimekutafutia, fanya hivi. Enda tafuta nyumba hii ya affordable housing. Hii inajengwa hii sahihi. Tafuta nyumba bedroom ngapi?
3.
Na nataka uende Kibera ama Mkuru kwa Jenga ama somewhere. Tafuta nyumba bedroom ngapi?
3.
Hiyo mimi nitakununulia kama nimenunulia watoto. Na uanze sasa maisha uendelee.
Sasa hizi sijaisha.
Wow. Now we are talking. Now tumeanza kuongea sasa.
Ndio waje hii kusema 3, unajua 350 million.
Now we are talking. Unanunuliwa nyumba 3 bedroom. Self contained. Unanunuliwa toto.
Unajase kila kitu hiyo
zinakuanga wapi?
Si utafute wewe sasa wewe.
Hapo unaonanga watafungua nyumba kiko all over the country. Nyumba hata Kakamega ililonjiwa. Hakuna penye yema nyumba affordable housing haijalonjiwa.
It's only a few months or a few years to election season here in Kenya in 2027. And at that time, we urge Kenyans, I urge you to vote wisely. Take a look at this comedy skit where it shows you how Kenyans they vote during election seasons. Take a look.
So hapa niko na corruption na accountability. Kuchagua ni wewe. Kuchagua ni wewe. Aya, mnachagua gani hapa?
Mimi niko chagua hii. Accountability mimi niko chagua hii.
Uko na hakika?
Accountability.
Aya, sawa, wekelea kura yako.
A few moments later.
Kumbuka siri ni yako. Kura ni yako.
Umesema
siri ni yako. Hii hapa.
Wewe fungua.
Haya, sawa.
Mimi na nilikuwa nimewawarn.
Let us take a short break. We're gonna be right back.
And we are still right at Paje, Zanzibar, Tanzania, East Africa, and right at Hanoi, Hanoi restaurant, cafe restaurant. And we're going to be trying out some famous Vietnamese soup here. Are you ready to try the soup?
My first time when I'm try this soup. This is the question, or?
I said, like, are you ready to try out the soup?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay.
I want to try this.
Try.
Yeah.
Like it's so delicious, and also like they've put like different spices, like which it makes it even more unique, Delicious. So, are you enjoying your Vietnamese soup?
Thank you so much. I don't understand.
No, it's okay. No worries. Hakuna matata.
Pole.
Pole.
There's no justice in this country. There's no justice for the people in this country. The justice system in this country is broken. We cannot persevere. We cannot go like this. We must fight until the very end. I'm ready to die for Africa. Africa has suffered for so long. And I want that. We are brothers. Release our brothers. Release our brothers. Where is your Fyagi?
This man is awesome. Oh my God. Let's welcome Brusky Albis Deli.
Let me repeat. For the avoidance of doubt, there will be no extrajudicial killings in my administration. That chapter we have closed. That is not my words, but the President of Kenya, President William Ruto's words. Kenyans, do you think this is true? Do you think that there are no extrajudicial killings in our land, in our country? Take a look at what the President had to say about this.
Officers that you've appointed, how do you explain that? And what is the agenda of the government moving forward to ensure that there will be no such kind of activities?
Let me repeat, for the avoidance of doubt, there will be no extrajudicial killings in the government of Kenya under my administration. Yeah, that is a chapter we must close and weld and bolt and put it behind us. The police, I have sat down with the command of the police from the IG downwards, and we have agreed that they will operate within the law.
Do you think Kenyans, our brothers and sisters, are incapable of running an international airport? Take a look at this video of Odash showing us how Kenyans are running an airport in Qatar called Hamad International Airport.
So, welcome to Hamad International Airport. An airport that is operated by Kenyans and almost entirely run by Kenyans. You can't walk, I think, 2 meters in this airport without actually meeting or bumping into a Kenyan airport worker. But somehow, someone wants us to believe that Kenyans are incapable of operating an airport. Well, look, this airport even has trees, right? This airport even has trees around it. But someone wants us to believe that Kenyans are incapable of running an airport, right? Adani must go. Adani must go. Ruto and his impunity must stop. Please don't be cheated that Kenyans are not capable of running or managing great things.
As you can see, Kenyans are doing a better job than the Adani group. You can see like Kenyans are maintaining the Qatar Hamad International Airport even better than the airport that is in our own country in Kenya, JKIA. Adani, bring back our airport and go home. It's simple as that.
Right, this airport even has trees around it. But someone wants us to believe that Kenyans are incapable of running an airport. Right? Adani must go.
A few days ago, our president, His Excellency, he launched a railway line in Ngong a few days ago, but currently when you go there, it is nowhere to be seen. It is just bare land. Mdomo tamutamu, sindio? Take a look at this video.
Mdomo tamutamu, leri imeanza, kazi imeanza, ndio hiyo leri yenye inaelekea Nairobi, ndio hiyo, si munaiona, ndio hiyo, kazi imeanza, Kenya tunasonga mbele, mdomo tamutamu, jiwe ndio imebaki hapa, look at this, Same story. Even the mental hospital, which is past those hills, a similar stone was left like this one. Nothing there. Actually, that one for the hospital has already been vandalized also. This is Ngong. This is a place where you are shown that the works have started, but as you can see, there is no single rail, not even a meter.
So Kenyans, do you want to know, also learn how to collect bribes? I want to give you a free lesson on how to be corrupt in this country. Take a look at this video of our officers, our lovely, handsome and beautiful officers who are captured collecting bribe from the Kikuyu police station. Take a look. If you're a Gen Z out there, you deserve respect. You deserve to be saluted. Because the Gen Zs have brought a significant change in this country. The political landscape, the political arena, the political playing field has changed because of the pressure and the injection from the Gen Z. And also, like, the Gen Zs are also very spiritual. And I want to show you guys of this video of this Gen Z's evangelism in Nairobi CBD. Take a look.
We give you glory, Lord, as we honor you. You are wonderful. You are worthy, oh Lord. You are wonderful. You are worthy, oh Lord. Indeed, wonderful. You are worthy. You are worthy to be worshipped. You are worthy to be glorified. There is no other God apart from you. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy, oh God, to be worshipped. You are worthy to be glorified, oh God, in the name of Jesus.
Why would you be angry? Because a young man has decided he can go around the country noting out the bad projects, the white elephants, poorly implemented projects, the waste of public finances? Why would you be angry as a Kenyan? Why would you even insult the young man when he says, I want to go to this place and find out if this project was implemented? If your public funds were used well, if what was launched was actually done, why would you be angry? You must be the biggest fool, bloody fool.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. I'm your host, Elvis Derry. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
We are coming for you.
From Misili family abduction and murder.
Mauaji ya kikatili na ya kinyama ya wasichana, wanawake watatu na wasichana wawili imetuletea utungu.
To Kenyans fighting for justice. Where are we heading to as a country?
Wametendewa kitendo ambacho ni cha kinyama sana. Na mimi kusema ukweli sielewi ni nchi gani tunaishi.
Stop tribalism in Kenya.
Because life and death does not choose tribes. And you guys are there under the comment section saying Wasomali warudi kwao, tuliwaambia mrudi kwenu amsikii. Sasa mtaanza kurudi kwenu. Anguka na.
We are coming for you.
Allah, how are you? Assalamu alaikum. Gamo fran kusodo wo ShowNewTrend. Magaiga wa Elvis Derry. Abductions, killings, and torture have been a daily occurrence in Kenya. Every day is new death. Every day is a new and painful story. A few days ago, two young lovely girls from Isili and a mother, they were abducted and brutally tortured and killed. and their bodies were dumped in different parts in Kenya. Like, where are we heading to as a country? Listen to this.
Just this week, we have lost 3 females, a mother, a daughter, and her niece. 12 and 22 years of age, respectfully. They left on Sunday, the 22nd of October, to go looking for their mom because they got an anonymous call that their mother was in a critical condition in the hospital. The kidnappers allegedly talked of a car coming to pick them up. They left their home, waited outside, got a phone call, got into a car, and they were never seen ever again. In 3 days, their bodies were discovered by the roadside in Parklands and Machakos. They were brutally murdered, beaten up, mutilated, raped, assaulted to death, and after that, their bodies being dumped. The level of inhumanity, cruelty, barbarism, and disgust to do that to a 12-year-old is insane.
Kenyans, this is very, very sad to hear. Like, for how long will you keep on hearing about abductions, torture, and killings in our own country, in our own motherland? For how long? As you can see in this CCTV footage, these are the 2 girls who were abducted. As you can see, they're preparing to go and see their mother in the hospital after getting a phone call. When their driver came to pick them up, that was the last time they were seen. After those 2 young girls took that ride, they were never seen again. Later on, their bodies were found in different parts of Nairobi in very, very bad conditions. Their bodies were taken to the city mortuary. Edwin Sifuna, a member of the Kenyan Senate, went there to witness and see it for himself. And this is what he had to say after that. Listen to this.
Wametendewa kitendo ambacho ni cha kinyama sana. Na mimi kusema ukweli sielewi ni nchi gani tunaishi. Kama kuna watu ambao wanaweza kufanya vitendo kama hivi kwa muda huo wote, muda ambao unamchukua mtu kumchinja binadamu mwenzake kama kuku, alafu kisha amwandame mtoto wake, amwandame mwingine wa familia yake na muangamize kwa njia hiyo hiyo. Wakati huu wote tunasema tuko na vitengo vya polisi na usalama. Sidhani kama kuna mtu yote katika taifa hili letu la Kenya ambaye anaweza kujivunia kuishi katika mandhari kama haya. Mtajua kwamba mwezi huu tu tumekuwa na vitendo kama hivi na matukio kama haya mengi sana.
Kenya was never the same again when this news spread all over. Many Kenyans, especially in Eastleigh, businesses were closed and people took to the streets to fight for justice. #Justice for our girls.
Eastleigh leo imefungwa because we are mourning the death of the 3 women wenye wamekatwa jana. So, tafadhali sana, sio wa Somali peke, wale wa Kenya wote, especially women, please be careful of who you keep as a company.
Kamkunji Member of Parliament Yusuf Hassan also came out and he expressed his outrage over the killings of the 2 lovely young girls and a mother. And he said that this is unacceptable in this country, unacceptable to the residents and to the Kenyan people. Listen to what he had to say.
Hatukubali kabisa hali ya mambo ilivyo sasa hivi ya kuwa na taharuku na kuuawa kwa watu kila siku hapa Nairobi na kwingineko, na hasa mauaji ya kikatili na ya kinyama ya wasichana, wanawake 3 na wasichana 2 imetuletea utungu na wasiwasi mkubwa, na tunataka serikali ichukue hatua mara moja kuhakikisha kwamba hao wahalifu ambao wanazunguka katika mitaa yetu wanakamatwa mara moja na wanaletwa mahakamani, kwa sababu hakuna Mkenya, hakuna mwana Nairobi, hakuna mtu wa Eastleigh ambaye sasa ana uhuru wa kutembea, kwa sababu tunajua kuna wauaji makatili wako pale. Kwa hivyo tunataka serikali ichukue hatua haraka kabisa kuwafuatilia hawa watu na kuwakamata na kuwaleta mahakamani.
Honorable Yusuf Hassan was also accompanied by Honorable Edwin Sifuna, a member of the Kenyan Senate, and this is what he had to say about this incident in Eastleigh.
Lazima sisi sote tusimame kama Wakenya tukemee jambo hilo, tuseme Haiwezekani katika taifa ambalo tunajiita taifa la kidemokrasia, taifa ambalo inahitajika serikali ilinde kila mwananchi na mali yake. Haiwezekani kina dada watatu wachukuliwe kutoka kwenye mitaa zetu kwenye barabara kisha watendewe ukatili kama ambao tumeona dada zetu wametendewa, alafu tuambiwe na vitengo vya usalama kwamba hakuna mtu ambaye anajulikana ni nani alifanya kitendo hicho. Mimi kwa niaba ya wabunge wote wa Nairobi na wakazi wote wa Nairobi, nataka nikemee vikali tukio ambalo limefanyika katika mtaa huu wa Isili, na niwahakikishie kwa sababu ni nyinyi mlinipa kazi hii ya kuwa sauti yenu. Sauti hii yangu nitaitumia hadi haki iweze kupatikana kwa ajili ya dada zetu hao watatu.
A human rights activist, Hussein Khalid, was in Machakos following up the heinous murders of the 3 females. Later on, together with his team, they brought the mother's body from Machakos to Nairobi City Mortuary, also confirming that the autopsies will be done on Friday. Kenyans, we are all facing the same problems, the same issues, the same killings, the same abductions every day. But yet, some people who decide to have that tribal mindset. Like, I don't believe that in this day and age and era that there's still some tribalism in people's minds. Those should be something of the past. But yet, some people choose to live that kind of life. Listen to what Speak Your Mind had to say about this.
Wakenya nini kwa shida yenu? What is your problem? What is the problem with Kenyans? Why do we respond to things like that? We can't be traumatized as a nation. All of us cannot resolve it. Yo guys, we cannot move forward like this. What is the problem? Shida inakwaga nini? What is the problem? I'm looking at these videos where families have lost their loved ones. People are mourning. It is very unfortunate events. We are sad. We are sad because we do not understand. It should be alarming for every person. Every single one of you should be alarmed because life and death does not choose tribes. And you guys are there under the comment section saying Wasomali warudi kwao, tuliwaambia mrudi kwenu hamsikii, sasa mtaanza kurudi kwenu. Are you guys okay? Like here, like, are you guys okay in the head? Mko sawa kwa kichwa yenu? Mko sawa? Because what type of comments are those? Like, if it was someone else who died, would we come down and say, oh, Wakikuyu by the way tuliwaambia mrudi Nyeri? No, it's not okay. Those comments are not okay, guys. What is the... I thought recently we had become one. I thought you guys are removing someone from their seat because they're tribalist. I thought you guys decided this nation is tribeless. Ama those applies to other tribes and not us. Because Missy Elewi, why are you guys talking shit under videos where people have lost their loved ones? What is the effing problem?
Not everybody in Kenya has that tribal and primitive mindset. And Kenyans came out to support. People came out to support. And also people raised their voices and spoke up about this tribalism nonsense. Listen to this.
So mama aliuliwa Isili na mtoto wake wa msichana na the niece. Somalis wakatoka kuprotest. And pia wanasema Ruto must go in the process because that is bad governance. Like watu wenye wameua wamekuwa wengi sana sasa. Right? And the government is not doing anything. Hakuna kitu yenye inafanyika. But nikienda kwa hizo videos comment section zote zimejaa sasa wa Kenya wakisema ati Somalis must go. Sijui mnasema Ruto aende wapi? Ruto hakuna mahali anaenda, nyinyi ndio mnaenda. Like mnachukia wasee na mnawabuli because of actually doing something. Because femicide zika happen, nyinyi huwa mna victim blame wanawake wenu. But wao, one of their women ama their women wakiuliwa, wanatokelezea watu wanaanza kuprotest. Like shida iko wapi if they are speaking for their women? Ama shida iko wapi if they are trying to do something about femicide in Kenya? Even if we pay attention, zenye their women are getting killed. Like honestly, shida iko wapi exactly?
So negative comments will not solve our issues in this country. Degrading your own brother, your own sister, your fellow Kenyan, your fellow African, it will not solve anything, but it will just create boundaries and make things worse for our communities.
Yo, my Kenyans, my fellow Kenyans, I never thought you guys hated us this much. Sijai dhani mlikuwa mnatuchukia hivi vyote until now. Damn. Jamani, someone lost their wife, their daughter, their child, a family. and you're there commenting ati si tuliwaambia mrudi kwenu, mtaanza kurudi kwenu. What with all those comments? People are sad, you commenting that. Does it even make sense? Like yo, unajaribu kusoma those comments under the videos and you just get pissed all of a sudden. I don't know, because of the hate and how people are talking shit about the Muslim people and how they are starting to hate. It's just like someone maybe ameona hizo videos and then they just go into the comment section and all you can read is shit and you know the hate against the Muslim people. By the way, unajua kile kimewafanyikia can also happen to you or someone that you know or a relative of you. Like this should have been an alarm to you and alert that you should take care of yourself too. And currently, no one is safe in this situation, whether be Kenyans or Somalis. It can happen to anyone. It's a sad situation we are in. We are supposed to be humans in this kind of situation. We were created from the same creator. Sympathy shouldn't be something that you can't feel for your fellow humans. Let's be one, please. Let's be humans. Let's act like humans. Let's take care of each other. Let's not hate on each other. Please. Many, we don't deserve this, Kenyans. Our fellow Kenyans. Yeah.
I'm still very shocked that some people have that primitive, that backward mentality of tribalism. So, what have we been fighting for all this time? Are we fighting for equality? Are we fighting for freedom? Are we fighting to be together as one people, as one nation, as one country? Listen to what our two brothers had to say about what is happening.
Do you guys remember Farah Maalim akisema angeua 5,000 Gen Zs? Our brothers and sisters from Isli, tumesikia kitu kimefanyika. Kwa hiyo mama ameuawa akiwa na watoto wawili, wakatupwa. Tumesikia kitu kimefanyika. But you guys, do you remember on 25th venye tulienda streets majenzi wakauawa? Mimi naweza kuambia in Kenya hapa, Kenya mzima, nobody is safe. Hadi ma MCS, ma senators, mke yote nini hapa Kenya mzima anachukuliwa, anatekwa, kuna abductions, watu wanauawa. Does it mean ni watu wa sleep peke yao? No. We should stand up as Kenyans na to protect lives zetu.
Hello. Talk to our people, Somali people. Mwambie kitu.
Somali people walai. Stop tribalism. Mambo kabila, sijui ni kabila gani, ni kabila haina maana. Sawa, kama unataka kusema hii dunia tunaacha. Hii dunia utaacha, kila kitu uko nao utaacha. Ulikuja bila kitu narudi bila kitu. Sawa. Kitu unaenda nao ni zile matendo umefanya hapa. Sawa. Na sisi tunajipiga kifua, ati wewe unafanyanga ibada, unafanya nini, unajipiga kifua, hapana. Sawa? Kuwa humble, kuwa mambo kabila tuache. Wala Somali people, mimi inaniuma sana mkikandamiza watu. Personally nimekandamizwa sana, lakini najua siku moja itakuja itaisha inshallah. Wala lo siku zote wala lo.
Just not long ago, Delaware Ward MCA Yusuf Hussein was abducted around 9 p.m. and brutally tortured and murdered. And later on, his body was found in a very inhumane condition. Listen to what his driver said, what happened and what took place during that night of abduction. Listen to this.
Waliweza kutoka wanaume 5 kwa ile gari na gari ya Prado ikakuwa bado iko on motion kidogo. Walitoka 5, 4 wakakuja kwa passenger seat na mmoja akakuja mbele ya side ya kwangu kwa dereva akanishikia gun. Wengine vile walitoka walikuwa nainua to the west. They had some guns to the west. Sasa vile walikuja hivi walimchukua ule jamaa nilikuwa nimebeba haraka wakamuingiza kwa ile Prado yao, na mmoja akarudi tena akaniambia leta kila kitu yako yote. Wakachukua simu yangu, aenda na earphones na charger, wakatoka nazo. Ule mmoja bado amenishikia gun to my side. Ndio sasa baadaye after huyu amechukua kila kitu yangu kwa gari, waliingia tena kwa gari wakatoka. Waliingia tena wote kwa gari, wakatoka na customer.
Even medical officer interns are not safe in this country. Like Dr. Desri Mora, she was working under very barbaric working conditions, which pushed her to unalive herself. Just listen to her story.
A medical officer intern just committed suicide yesterday. But let me give you a picture of what happened for her to reach that level. So this intern was the only intern in her department. She was doing 36-hour back-to-back shifts with a very toxic superior who was on her neck. And on top of that, she wasn't being paid. I don't think the government wants to pay medical officer interns anytime soon. Rent pending, utilities pending, bills pending, unable to pay, been working for months. And people expect her to deliver significantly. And she was a brilliant doctor, been to med school for 10 years. 10 years. Can you imagine that? Yeah, that's what's going on. Our junior colleagues, the brilliant minds of this country, because all the A students or majority of A students, when they finish, they go to med school. And on top of that, after finishing, due to delay of systems for 10 years in a 6-year course, they go to internship where they're saving lives on a regular, while at the cost of their lives and their life force, and the government doesn't want to pay them, and they don't have the bills to pay for their own living expenses, yet they're there in the hospital saving lives, taking care of people. Yeah, we can't allow that. Kenyans, manze, tuelewane. This is sad. It's heartbreaking. But that's what's happened. I had to let the Kenyan public know what's going on.
Even Kirinyaga MCA cried and called for justice after her 23-year-old daughter was found naked in a rented room in Biafra Estate in Thika. Man, just take a look at this.
Tangu Mandi tumeshinda huku tukisunguka tukitaka haki ya mtoto wetu. Tulikuja hapa kwa hii Biafra sijui nini hii buildings. Wakaanza kutuzungusha. Tangu hiyo siku hatujapata haki ya mtoto. Kuenda leo kwa polisi hapo Thika, tumekuta tu yule msichana ambaye alikuwa hapa anashaka nao askari. Sasa tukajua sasa tutapata haki lini? Sisi kama wazazi tutapata haki lini? Ni mpaka lini huku Thika watoto wetu wataendelea kuuliwa? Na polisi tu sijui wanafanya nini? Hakuna kitu wanafanya hata kidogo.
Wote kwa hiyo police station hawafai kuwa pale.
Hawafai kukua hata hii Thika.
Wanaendelea tu kusema sijui nini.
Wamezoeana na watu wa Thika sana. Na si mtu wa kwanza.
Mimi mwenyewe nilimuona amenyongwa hivi, hakuwa na nguo, hakuwa na nini. Alafu then unaona tu wanaume askari tu wanaona tu kama ni kuku ilichinjwa. Kama kuku ilichinjwa tu. Sasa mimi nimeshoka. Na kama tukashika huyo msichana angepata. Na tutawatafuta hata sisi si hata wao wako na watoto. Si waangalie tu haki yetu haki. Ni wengi sana sisi, angalia sisi ni waheshimiwa saa hii. Tunalilia hapa. Na mtu wa kawaida
atapata haki yake lini?
Anapata haki lini?
Mwenye alichukua mwili alikuwa very confident watawashi. Na mimi nikamuuliza, na hata phone inaonyeshana kila kitu. Msichana mwenye walilala na yeye ako huko. Mnasema mtawashika siku gani? Wakaniambia tayari wameshika sijui wangapi, ati lakini hatuwezi ati because our emotion are still high, hatuwezi onyesha wenye lakini ati tayari wameshika. Lakini ni uongo, hawakushika because leo nimekuja, umeniona nimepata huyo msichana pale akicheka, akiwa ameketi kwa kiti, ameniona amekimbililia huku sijui kama ametolewa na Subaru. Ya hao askari wenyewe wa huku ndio imemtoa, imeenda na yeye.
Even Wells Fargo company's human resource manager Willis Ayeko, how he was abducted, handcuffed and tortured. He was tortured inhumanely to the point that his heart stopped. I don't know where we are going to as a country. This is very traumatizing in this country. When will these deaths, abductions stop? Just listen to how things unfolded.
We just saw our brother's body being retrieved from a ditch, kidnapped and handcuffed and killed like an animal. My friend's dad, who runs the supermarket here, Muzo Mulo, was attacked on Friday and seriously injured. So we are living in fear as game residents. And this is unacceptable, and we are asking the authorities, the police, to be in charge.
Mr. Willis Ayeko's brother was also very broken and shocked to hear about his brother's death. And this is what he had to say.
We wanted to see the last place where the vehicle stopped, because that is where I thought he was stopped last. And it came true, because it was around that place that they had stopped. They dragged him. We found a naked man with his clothes. He was not naked, but he was cut. The breasts are not there, the eyes are gone out, the ears are cut, the nose is cut, the mouth is cut. Why? Why die such a painful death? Was that robbery? I don't think. I have stayed in this earth. Willis is not, biologically he's my father's son. But mentally, I mentored him. I took him to school. Therefore, with authority, I can say that was not normal robbery. Where were they taking the parts? They are taking it to somebody who had assigned them the duty to say that we have done it. Therefore, I don't know who killed my brother and what we want. Help us. If you have a team that can investigate, help us investigate and find the killers.
So Kenyans, this clearly shows you that we are not safe in our own country. Instead of us fighting each other, not forgetting that we are all Africans. Instead of telling our Kenyan Somalian brothers and sisters to go back to Somalia, is Somalia not Africa? Are they not Africans? What is the difference between you and somebody who was born in West Africa or Central Africa or South Africa? We are all Africans. So let us stop talking about all this nonsense of tribalism. Tribalism will never take us anywhere. That is a backward mindset. It is a primitive mindset that has to stop from today, from now. Let us shame those people who are very, very tribal and speaking ill and being against our fellow Africans. I love my fellow Africans. It doesn't matter which part of Africa we come from. And let me tell you, umoja ni nguvu. When we're together, we can achieve a lot. We are fighting the same enemy. We have the same enemy. Let us come together and fight the same enemy and bring that enemy down. Let us not be like Farah Maalim, who said that he's going to kill 5,000 Gen Zs when he becomes the president of Kenya. He was in TV47 together with Mr. Jeremiah Kioni, and Mr. Jeremiah decided to walk away because he cannot talk and sit and interact with a murderer. Just listen and see how things unfolded.
No, my name is a lawyer.
Right.
When you don't have substance on an area that you are going to invade and you're scared of somebody who's going to
Honorable,
invade.
hang on a minute.
He's still on the same line. You're scared of somebody who's going to invade
you see, gentlemen,
he now wants to insult me. I did not say.
While he cannot
be able to say it for me, you can go ahead.
Carry on.
I
cannot be able to sit with a person
Jeremiah
who can be...
Look, it is well. Honorable Farah Maalim, let's proceed with the conversation.
Let me tell you.
Let us proceed with the
is my old friend.
I cannot sit to discuss with Farah Maalim when he took a position of killing 5,000 Gen Zs in this country. That is why we are losing the country, because of individuals who have no character, and we are calling them leaders, national leaders. I cannot demean myself to the level of discussing with him. The killing of Gen Z hurts me up to today. Why did we have to kill young people in this country? For saying they want school fees, they want food, for saying they want health, and then you bring a person of that character to debate with me? I stand for better things.
Do you think the NCIC has failed in
NCIC
addressing...
is a dead dodo, just like Parliament. Those are the institutions that have let us down.
One last question, Mheshimiwa. Do you think that what Honorable Farah Maalim said, do you think he should stand trial in court?
He actually should be removed from Parliament. He should have been recalled from Parliament.
On this, I support Honorable Jeremiah Ngayu Kioni for walking out of the interview and leaving that primitive fool to have that interview and that conversation by himself. Because how can you advocate for killing of 5,000 Gen Zs? Not forgetting that the Gen Zs are from all communities in Kenya, all communities in Kenya. But yet you want to kill them. My goodness. Where are we heading to as a country? Like, let us not support such people. Let us not vote for such people. Let us vote for the right people, the people who are fighting for the freedom of this country. People who are fighting for equality for this country. Those are the people that we need to support and bring close. Man, this is crazy. Here are some of the scenes that took place in Eastleigh where Kenyans took to the streets and seek and fight for justice for the 2 young girls and a mother who were abducted and brutally tortured. Take a look.
How can you tear gas your own people? Listen to them. Listen to these children.
They know I'm a big boss, got a big boss in this bitch. They know I'm a big talker, have my big body in this shit. No, it's not me, bitch. R.I.P. bitch.
alla baayo ba ikran se fadhiisana dhileeyahay alla xabad waay wallahi xabad waay tiya gas ma haya
sijui mambo iko vipi hapa. Ni Slee Garissa Lodge, kuna demonstration. Amegongwa kichwa bana. Enda hospitali bana. Watu wako na tabia mbaya. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my God.
Today we are mourning. Tunasema Mungu apeleke hawa wasichana jana. There is nothing else we can say. We don't know the psychopath that enjoyed doing that. Imagine kuchukua mtu unaenjoy mpaka unakatakata. You take the time kuweka kwa meza unakatakata. Imagine. And then unachukua, you transport them to another place. That is very difficult for a normal person.
No matter what tribe, no matter what ethnicity, no matter how they look like, no matter their color and all of that. Try